Throughout history, many great minds have tried to understand the intricacies of human behavior, especially when it comes to attraction. The Stoics, in particular, mastered the art of controlling emotions and understanding the psychology of relationships. They knew that it wasn't always the grand gestures that drew people in, it was often the subtle, seemingly strange behaviors that sparked real interest. Today, we'll dive into some of these quirks that 99% of women find irresistibly attractive. These aren't your typical tips, these are unique, sometimes overlooked actions that tap directly into a woman's subconscious, making her more drawn to you than ever. Before we dive in, make sure to watch this video until the end, as each point builds on the last to give you a complete toolkit for boosting your attractiveness in unexpected ways. And don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share your own experiences or stories about these tips in the comments below. Let's jump into the first thing that women can't resist. Chapter 1: Fixing things around the house. One of the most underrated yet incredibly attractive traits you can display is your ability to fix things around the house. While it might seem like a simple, everyday skill, it actually taps into a much deeper psychological dynamic that is hardwired into both men and women. Women are naturally drawn to men who demonstrate competence, especially in traditionally masculine areas like home repairs or problem solving. This isn't just about tightening a loose screw or hanging a picture frame, it's about sending a message that you're capable, reliable, and resourceful. In other words, you know how to handle life's challenges, big or small, and this signals to her that you can be trusted when things get difficult. This act touches on a primal instinct rooted in ancient times, where men were traditionally the protectors and providers. By fixing things, you're subconsciously communicating that you can provide stability and security, two qualities women often look for in a partner, even if it's on a subconscious level. The Stoics, known for their focus on discipline and action over words, understood that it's not enough to say what you can do, you have to prove it through your actions. And when you take on the task of fixing something around the house, you're showing her that you're a man of action, someone who can be relied upon to get things done, not just someone who talks a good game. Interestingly enough, fixing things around the house also showcases patience, problem solving, and attention to detail, qualities that many women find deeply attractive. Think about it, it's not just about getting the job done quickly, it's about how you approach the task at hand. If you stay calm under pressure, work methodically, and don't give up until the problem is solved, you're displaying traits that signal emotional strength, resilience, and determination. These are qualities women respect and admire, whether they're fully aware of it or not. And here's the best part, you don't need to be a master handyman. Even making an effort to solve the problem goes a long way. The key is showing that you're willing to step up, take responsibility, and find solutions. When a woman sees you confidently tackling household problems, whether it's fixing a broken cabinet or troubleshooting an issue with the plumbing, she subconsciously associates those actions with broader life skills. It tells her you're someone who can handle responsibility and isn't afraid to take charge when needed. This can make her feel more secure and comfortable in your presence, knowing that she doesn't have to bear the weight of every practical challenge that comes her way. You become her teammate, someone she can rely on when things need to get done. But it goes beyond just solving practical problems. Fixing things also taps into the idea of care and investment. When you take the time to fix something around her house or even your own, you're showing that you care about the space you share and the life you're building. This is a subtle way of signaling long-term thinking and commitment. Whether she consciously realizes it or not, a man who can fix things is often seen as someone who's grounded and dependable, someone who can be counted on to create a stable home environment. There's also an element of admiration at play. Fixing things requires a certain set of skills that not everyone possesses. When you confidently pull out a toolbox and start working on a solution, you're tapping into that admiration. Women appreciate competence, and seeing a man solve problems effectively is a massive attraction point. It's not about showing off or trying to dominate the space. It's about quietly and competently handling the task in front of you, which speaks volumes about your character. In many ways, fixing things is symbolic of how you handle challenges in a relationship. Are you the type of person who runs away at the first sign of trouble, or are you the one who rolls up his sleeves and gets to work? When you fix things around the house, you're signaling that you don't shy away from problems, that you face them head-on. This is the kind of strength that builds trust and deepens connections. The Stoics would say that true power comes from the ability to control your environment and yourself, and there's no better way to show this than by demonstrating your capability to fix and maintain things. Lastly, consider the atmosphere that this creates. A man who can fix things around the house brings a sense of calm and order to the environment. You're taking something broken or malfunctioning and restoring it to its original state, or better yet, improving it. This has a psychological impact on those around you, especially women. It creates a sense of peace and reliability, knowing that when something goes wrong, there's someone who can handle it without stress or panic. In today's world, where stress levels are high and stability is rare, being that calming force is an incredibly attractive quality. So, the next time something needs fixing around the house, don't see it as a chore, see it as an opportunity to demonstrate your value in a subtle yet powerful way. Whether you're hanging up shelves, tightening a loose bolt, or tackling a more complex project, know that every act of fixing something is communicating important qualities about you. It's not just about the task, it's about how you approach it and the message it sends. You're showing that you. Chapter 2. Being a good driver, driving her around. Surprisingly, one of the most subtle yet powerful ways to make a woman feel more drawn to you is through your driving skills. It's not just about the act of getting behind the wheel, it's about exuding confidence, control, and providing a sense of security while driving her around. A man who drives well is often perceived as someone who can navigate challenges smoothly, handle unexpected situations with composure, and ensure the safety and comfort of those around him. This taps into deeper psychological cues, where women are subconsciously attracted to qualities that demonstrate leadership, competence, and reliability, particularly in high-pressure or unfamiliar situations. When you take the wheel, you're showing her that you're in control, not just of the vehicle, but of the entire experience. This act of driving, when done with confidence and ease, sends a strong message. It says that you can manage your environment and adapt to the flow of things, a trait that mirrors how you may handle life's more complex challenges. Driving isn't just about getting from one place to another, it's about how you conduct the journey. If you drive confidently and smoothly, without being reckless or overly aggressive, it conveys calmness and composure, qualities that many women find incredibly attractive. You're offering her an experience where she doesn't have to worry about the details because she trusts you to take the lead and get her there safely. Driving also gives you the opportunity to showcase your attentiveness and thoughtfulness. Little actions, such as adjusting the air conditioning for her comfort, choosing the best route to avoid traffic, or playing music that she enjoys, speak volumes about your level of consideration. These are small, seemingly insignificant details that, when combined, can make a big impact. They show that you're not just focused on the task at hand, but are also attuned to her needs and preferences. This attentiveness demonstrates that you're capable of providing comfort and care, adding to the sense of security and reliability you're communicating. Women are often drawn to men who can be nurturing while maintaining their strength, and something as simple as driving her around can highlight that balance. Being a good driver also taps into another level of psychological attraction, your ability to stay calm under pressure. Let's face it, traffic jams, unexpected roadblocks, or other stressful driving situations happen all the time. The way you handle these challenges says a lot about how you handle stress in other areas of life. If you remain composed, patient, and adaptable when things go wrong on the road, it signals that you're the kind of person who doesn't lose control when faced with adversity. This ability to manage stress and stay in control is a highly desirable trait because it suggests that you're someone she can rely on in difficult situations, a man who won't crack under pressure. Moreover, the act of driving often symbolizes direction and purpose. When you're in the driver's seat, you're literally steering the course of the journey, which can metaphorically reflect how you approach life. If you drive with confidence, care, and purpose, it shows that you approach life with the same level of responsibility and intentionality. For many women, this is a significant turn-on because it represents a man who can lead the way and provide a sense of direction, both in the short term and long term. Driving isn't just a skill, it becomes a metaphor for how you handle challenges, goals, and the future. Another key factor is the sense of safety and protection that good driving can evoke. Women are biologically wired to seek security in their partners, and when you drive with skill and attention to detail, you're sending signals of safety and dependability. You're literally putting her well-being in your hands, and when you manage that responsibility with grace, it establishes trust. Even if she's not consciously thinking about it, her subconscious is taking note of how you're managing the situation and whether you're someone she can depend on in more significant aspects of life. Additionally, the moment spent in a car can foster intimacy. The enclosed space, the shared experience of a journey, and even the conversation that flows during a drive all contribute to a sense of connection. These moments, though seemingly ordinary, can help build rapport and deepen your bond. Whether you're taking her on a long scenic drive or just a quick errand, you're sharing an experience that allows for interaction and connection on a personal level. How you drive and how attentive you are to her needs during that time can enhance the overall impression she has of you. In sum, driving is far more than just a functional task, it's an opportunity to subtly display qualities that women are naturally drawn to. Confidence, control, attentiveness, and responsibility are all reflected in how you drive. These traits not only enhance your attractiveness, but also provide her with a sense of comfort and security. So next time you're behind the wheel with her in the passenger seat, remember that how you handle the journey might just be influencing how she sees you in more ways than you might realize. Driving well is about more than just skill, it's about conveying strength, care, and reliability, all of which leave a lasting impression. Chapter 3: Being good around and playing with kids. One of the most unexpectedly attractive traits a man can display is his ability to connect with and be good around children. Whether it's playing with your niece or nephew, babysitting for a friend, or simply showing a natural ease in the presence of kids, this characteristic speaks volumes about your personality. Women are instinctively drawn to men who can bond with children in a genuine and caring way because it taps into an evolutionary dynamic that emphasizes nurturing behavior. For women, seeing a man interact with kids often signals that he possesses qualities like empathy, patience, and kindness, attributes that are highly valued. When you're good with kids, you are demonstrating that you have the capacity to care for others, and this goes far beyond just being playful. It shows that you're able to tune into another person's needs, even if that person is a child. Women are naturally more attuned to nurturing behavior, and when they see these traits in a man, it strikes a chord on a deeper, psychological level. It hints at your ability to be supportive, reliable, and emotionally present, traits that are critical for long-term relationships. Playing with children requires patience and a willingness to engage with them on their level. This doesn't mean just going through the motions, but genuinely enjoying the process. When a woman sees a man interact in this way, it reveals a more vulnerable, open side of him, qualities that make you appear more approachable and real. Vulnerability, when expressed through actions like caring for children, can be incredibly attractive because it shows a man who is not rigid or overly concerned with maintaining a tough exterior. It strikes a balance between playfulness and responsibility, which is a powerful combination. Women often subconsciously associate a man's ability to interact with children as an indicator of his potential to be a good father or a reliable figure in a family setting. Even if she isn't thinking about having children anytime soon, seeing you be gentle and attentive around kids taps into an evolutionary part of her brain that is wired to seek out nurturing, protective traits in a partner. This doesn't diminish your masculinity, rather, it enhances it by showing that you're capable of being both strong and caring. It's the balance of these qualities that women find magnetic, as it suggests that you could handle the responsibilities of family life without losing your sense of self. Moreover, being good with kids can bring out a light-hearted and joyful side of your personality that might not be visible in more formal or serious settings. This is another reason why women find this trait so appealing. It shows that you're not all work and no play, that you're able to relax, let go of the stresses of life, and be present in the moment. The ability to switch between being serious and being playful is crucial, as it demonstrates that you have emotional range and adaptability, traits that are incredibly attractive to women looking for a well-rounded partner. Even if you're not someone who is regularly around children, how you handle situations where kids are present can speak volumes about you. If you're comfortable in that environment, engaging with the kids without being distant or awkward, you are showcasing a level of emotional intelligence that many women find irresistible. It signals maturity, emotional depth, and a nuanced understanding of how to care for others, all of which are highly sought-after qualities in a potential partner. Women tend to view emotional intelligence as a marker of a man's ability to communicate and connect on a deeper level, which is essential for any successful relationship. Another aspect to consider is that children often bring out the best in people. When you're around kids, you're forced to be patient, compassionate, and understanding, qualities that, when displayed naturally, are incredibly appealing. Women watching you interact with children can see this side of you, and it often leaves a lasting impression. It shows that you're not just focused on yourself or your immediate needs, but that you're willing to invest time and energy into others, especially those who are more vulnerable or in need of care. Lastly, there is a certain charm that comes with a man who can navigate the chaos and unpredictability of being around kids. Children are often unpredictable, and dealing with them requires flexibility, quick thinking, and a good sense of humor. If you can handle these moments with ease, without getting frustrated or flustered, you're demonstrating that you're someone who can keep calm under pressure, another highly attractive quality. It shows resilience and emotional stability, two traits that women are naturally drawn to when considering a long-term partner. In essence, being good with kids is about more than just entertaining them or making them laugh. It's about showcasing a range of qualities, patience, kindness, emotional intelligence, and even strength that women find deeply appealing. These traits reflect not only your ability to be nurturing, but also your capacity for long-term commitment and care. Women are often looking for signs of stability and reliability in a partner, and your ability to connect with kids in a meaningful way signals that you possess the emotional depth and maturity needed for a lasting relationship. Chapter 4: Rolling Up Your Sleeves, Showcasing Your Forearms. One of the most subtle, yet unexpectedly effective ways to draw a woman's attention is as simple as rolling up your sleeves and showing off your forearms. It's a gesture that, while seemingly insignificant, communicates a lot on a subconscious level, tapping into qualities that many women find incredibly attractive. There's something about the casual act of rolling up your sleeves that gives off an aura of capability, confidence, and readiness to handle whatever comes your way. It's a move that combines both the aesthetic appeal of physical strength and the psychological appeal of competence and action. When you roll up your sleeves, you're not just preparing for work or showing readiness to get your hands dirty, you're highlighting an often overlooked part of your body that women are naturally drawn to: your forearms. Many women find forearms to be a particularly attractive feature on a man because they symbolize strength and the ability to get things done. Forearms are not as overtly sexual as other body parts, which makes their allure more subtle and sophisticated. They represent a certain ruggedness and capability, hinting that you're a man who can handle himself in both physical and practical matters. Rolling up your sleeves also triggers deep-rooted associations with masculinity. The visual of a man with his sleeves rolled up often brings to mind images of hard work, manual labor, or someone who isn't afraid to tackle difficult tasks. Historically, men who worked with their hands, builders, mechanics, craftsmen, embodied a certain kind of strength and reliability. Even if you're not fixing a car or building a house, the simple act of exposing your forearms connects you to that legacy of hands-on masculinity, subtly signaling that you are not afraid to engage with the physical world. Beyond the aesthetic, rolling up your sleeves also carries psychological weight. It suggests that you're laid back and confident, someone who is comfortable in their own skin. You're not trying too hard to impress, there's an effortless quality to it, which can be incredibly appealing. Women appreciate men who exude confidence without being overly flashy, and this simple act conveys that you're both capable and approachable. It shows that you can switch between seriousness and casualness with ease, adapting to the situation as needed. This balance between strength and relaxation is key to creating a magnetic presence. Additionally, rolling up your sleeves implies that you're about to engage in something productive, whether it's working on a project, helping out, or simply relaxing in a more informal setting. This action gives off a vibe of competence. Women are attracted to men who can handle challenges and get things done. It's the opposite of helplessness or dependency. When she sees you casually rolling up your sleeves, it's as if you're saying, "I've got this," without uttering a word. What makes this even more compelling is the subtle intimacy of revealing a part of your body that's usually covered. Unlike more overt displays of strength or masculinity, showing off your forearms feels natural and unintentional, which makes it even more attractive. It's not about flexing or showing off in a brash way, it's about effortlessly revealing a part of yourself that is often hidden. This natural, understated masculinity is what makes it so effective. It doesn't feel performative or forced, but rather authentic and uncontrived. In many ways, rolling up your sleeves is a metaphor for how women are drawn to men who can reveal their capabilities without being overly obvious about it. It's not about grand gestures or showy displays of strength, it's about small, everyday actions that signal competence and confidence. These subtle cues often speak louder than words, creating a lasting impression that goes beyond the surface. Chapter 5. Being a good man who saves money. In the world of attraction, financial responsibility might not be the first thing that comes to mind, but it's one of the most underrated qualities that women find appealing in a man. Being good with money doesn't just mean that you're frugal or savvy with investments, it's about showcasing maturity, discipline, and long-term planning. Women are drawn to men who demonstrate the ability to think beyond the present moment and plan for the future. This taps into a deeper psychological need for stability and security, two traits that are highly attractive when it comes to choosing a long-term partner. When you show that you're good with money, you're communicating that you have control over your life. It's not about being wealthy or flaunting material success, it's about showing that you're responsible with the resources you have. Financial discipline suggests that you're thoughtful and careful in your decisions, qualities that extend beyond just money and into other aspects of life, like relationships and career choices. Women appreciate a man who knows how to handle life's complexities with foresight, showing that he's capable of navigating the challenges that life throws his way. Being financially responsible also highlights an important trait that many women find appealing: self-control. When you can manage your money wisely, you're showing that you're not impulsive or reckless. This kind of discipline is a rare quality that signals emotional intelligence and maturity. Women are attracted to men who have a good balance between enjoying life in the present and being mindful of the future. It's not about penny-pinching or being overly cautious, but rather showing that you have a sense of stability and are thinking ahead. Moreover, saving money isn't just about managing your personal finances, it reflects how you approach life in general. A man who is good at saving is often good at planning, whether it's for a vacation, a big purchase, or even future goals like buying a house or starting a family. This kind of forward thinking is incredibly attractive because it shows that you're not just living for the moment, but are invested in creating a stable and prosperous future. It's about showing that you're someone who can be relied upon, not just now, but in the years to come. A man who saves money is also demonstrating independence. Financial responsibility means that you don't need to rely on others to bail you out of tough situations. This sense of self-sufficiency is deeply attractive because it suggests that you're not just capable of taking care of yourself, but that you could potentially take care of someone else too. It's a form of competence that signals you're ready for the challenges and responsibilities of adult life. In the end, being good with money is about more than just dollars and cents. It's about demonstrating that you're a reliable, mature, and thoughtful partner. Women are drawn to men who can offer both excitement in the present and security for the future. By showing that you have your finances in order, you're communicating that you're someone who knows how to balance life's pleasures with its responsibilities, a combination that's hard to resist. Chapter 6. The Validation Test. The validation test is a subtle yet effective way that women assess a man's confidence and emotional strength. This test is often disguised as her fishing for compliments or appearing to undermine her own appearance, skills, or qualities in order to observe how you react. For example, she might say something like, "Do you think I look okay today?" Or, "I'm not sure I'm pretty enough for someone like you." At first glance, it may seem like she's seeking reassurance or affirmation, but what she's really doing is testing whether you'll pander to her insecurities or maintain a balanced, confident demeanor. Many men fall into the trap of overcompensating when faced with this type of test. They eagerly shower her with extravagant compliments in an attempt to make her feel better or to win her approval. While giving compliments isn't inherently wrong, doing so excessively can signal a lack of confidence. When a man is too quick to flatter and goes overboard in trying to make her feel validated, it can come across as desperation or a desire to gain her favor. Women are very intuitive and can sense when compliments are insincere or when a man is trying too hard. Instead of boosting her confidence, this approach may have the opposite effect, making you seem less secure in yourself and overly dependent on her approval. To pass the validation test, it's important to give genuine, balanced responses without falling into the trap of excessive or over-the-top flattery. A great way to approach this situation is to stay calm, confident, and playful. Instead of immediately showering her with compliments like, "No, you look amazing," don't be silly, try something more subtle and playful. For instance, if she says, "I don't think I look good today," you could respond with, "You always look good, but let's see if you can keep up with me today." This kind of response acknowledges her beauty in a more light-hearted way without going overboard. It also keeps the interaction fun, which can shift the mood and keep the conversation engaging. The Stoics often spoke of moderation in all things, and this applies here as well. Excessive flattery can come off as needy, while not offering any at all can seem cold or disinterested. The key is to strike a balance by being honest, playful, and calm. Avoid seeking her validation in return, and don't feel obligated to constantly affirm her attractiveness. When you're secure in yourself, you won't feel the need to grovel for her approval. This type of balanced response shows emotional maturity and self-assurance, which are far more attractive qualities than empty praise. Additionally, responding to the validation test in a composed, playful manner demonstrates that you're not swayed by her insecurity or fishing for compliments. Rather than rushing to give her affirmation, you show that you can acknowledge her beauty and worth without making a big deal of it. This creates a sense of balance and intrigue in the dynamic. You're not there to overly inflate her ego, but neither are you dismissive. This sense of equilibrium signals that you have a healthy respect for her, but that you're also not afraid to be playful and light-hearted, which keeps the connection fun and engaging. When you handle the validation test effectively, you also demonstrate that you're confident enough not to place her on a pedestal. While many men may respond by giving her excessive praise in hopes of gaining her favor, you show that you appreciate her beauty without elevating it to an unrealistic level. This balanced response indicates that you're someone who values yourself and others without seeking constant validation or approval. Women are drawn to men who exude self-confidence and who don't feel the need to continuously affirm their partner's worth to maintain the relationship. Moreover, by not overreacting to her statements or offering empty compliments, you convey that you're a man who is grounded in his own self-worth. Your calm, composed response shows her that you're not desperate to win her over, but instead, you're secure in who you are. This attitude naturally makes you stand out from the crowd of men who rely on constant validation and flattery as a way to win her attention. The more you demonstrate that you're comfortable in your own skin, the more attractive and intriguing you become to her. In essence, the validation test is about seeing if you'll stay true to yourself or if you'll bend over backward to gain her approval. When you maintain a balanced, playful, and confident demeanor in response to her subtle insecurities, you not only pass the test, but you also show her that you're a man who can stand on his own 2 feet emotionally. This kind of strength is incredibly appealing and makes you stand out from men who try too hard to please. By maintaining your composure, you convey that your self-worth isn't reliant on her validation, and this quiet confidence will naturally draw her closer to you. Ultimately, passing the validation test is about showing that you're comfortable enough in your own skin to give her a genuine compliment without feeling the need to overdo it. You appreciate her, but you don't need to constantly affirm her beauty or worth in order to feel secure. This subtle balance between appreciation and confidence is what will make you stand out and leave a lasting impression. Instead of trying to win her approval with flattery, you're showing her that you're a man who values himself and others equally, which is far more attractive than any over-the-top compliment could ever be. Chapter 7: The Emotional Test. The emotional test is perhaps one of the most nuanced and complex tests a woman may use to assess a man's emotional maturity and resilience. It often happens in moments where she opens up about her personal feelings, frustrations, or insecurities. This might involve sharing something from her past that's deeply personal, such as a difficult breakup, family issues, career anxieties, or even long-held fears and doubts about herself. On the surface, it may appear that she's simply looking for comfort or sympathy, but in reality, she's testing your ability to handle her emotions with care, understanding, and emotional strength. The emotional test is unique because it's not just about how you listen to her, but how you process and react to the emotional weight of what she's sharing. Women don't just want someone who can sympathize with their problems. They're looking for someone who can be a solid emotional anchor in their lives. Someone who can handle the vulnerability they're revealing without being overwhelmed by it. Someone who makes them feel heard and validated, and someone who doesn't fall apart under emotional pressure. Unfortunately, many men fail the emotional test because they don't understand what's really happening. When a woman reveals something emotionally charged, such as past trauma, feelings of inadequacy, or deep personal frustrations, some men may shut down emotionally or deflect the seriousness of the situation with humor, hoping to avoid the discomfort. This can make the woman feel dismissed or like her vulnerability is being trivialized, which can cause her to lose trust in the relationship. At the other extreme, some men react by becoming overly emotional themselves, attempting to fix her problems or getting too deeply involved in her feelings. This can lead her to feel like she needs to care for your emotions, rather than feeling supported herself. The key to passing the emotional test lies in your ability to be a steady, grounding presence. Rather than rushing to solve her problems or downplaying her feelings, you need to listen carefully, show empathy, and offer calm, supportive responses. A great example would be if she shares a struggle with feeling insecure about something at work or in her personal life. Instead of immediately offering solutions or excessively comforting her with, "Don't worry, everything will be fine," you could say something like, "I understand why you're feeling that way. It sounds really tough, but I know you're strong enough to work through it." This response not only validates her feelings, but also shows that you have faith in her ability to handle her own challenges, which can be very empowering. In Stoic philosophy, emotional control and composure are considered essential virtues. Stoics believe that while it's natural to experience emotions, they shouldn't dictate our actions or cloud our judgment. This principle is perfectly aligned with the emotional test. The goal is not to suppress emotions, but to approach them with calmness and clarity. When a woman opens up emotionally, she's watching to see if you can remain composed and supportive. By staying steady and not getting caught up in the emotional turbulence of the moment, you demonstrate that you can handle the full spectrum of emotions that come with relationships. This makes her feel safe and secure, knowing that you won't be shaken by life's emotional ups and downs. Another aspect of the emotional test is how well you can navigate the fine line between empathy and maintaining your own emotional boundaries. It's important to show that you care deeply about what she's going through, but it's equally important not to lose yourself in her emotions. If you get too wrapped up in her feelings, trying to fix every problem or sharing in her emotional turmoil, you risk making her feel even more burdened. Instead, your role is to provide a space where she can express herself freely, knowing that you'll remain emotionally grounded and present. Women are naturally drawn to men who can handle emotional intensity with poise and who don't shy away from difficult or vulnerable conversations. If she senses that you're capable of standing strong while she's opening up, it creates a deeper sense of connection and trust. Emotional strength isn't about being emotionless, it's about being able to experience and understand emotions without letting them overwhelm or define you. It's this balance between empathy and emotional resilience that allows her to feel safe sharing her vulnerabilities with you. The emotional test is particularly powerful because it reveals a lot about a man's character. Many men find it easy to be supportive during fun, light-hearted moments, but it's in those deeper, more emotionally charged situations where true strength is revealed. When you remain calm, patient, and compassionate while she's sharing her struggles or insecurities, you demonstrate that you have the emotional maturity necessary for a strong, long-term relationship. It shows her that you're not only willing to listen, but also that you're capable of holding space for her emotions without being consumed by them yourself. Passing the emotional test isn't just about making her feel better in the moment, it's about showing her that you're a man who can handle life's emotional challenges with grace. Whether she's dealing with stress, sadness, or even fear, your ability to be a steady and reliable presence makes her feel like she can rely on you during tough times. This emotional strength is incredibly attractive because it sets you apart from men who either avoid difficult conversations or crumble under emotional pressure. Ultimately, passing the emotional test boils down to being there for her in a way that is emotionally supportive, without making it about you or losing control of your own emotions. When you can listen, validate her feelings, and offer calm encouragement, you're showing her that you're someone she can trust not just in moments of joy, but also in moments of difficulty. This kind of emotional resilience and empathy is rare, and it's what makes you stand out as a man who is not only emotionally available, but also emotionally strong. The tests women use to gauge a man's confidence are not designed to break him down, they're meant to reveal his true nature. Whether it's the leadership test, the jealousy test, or the emotional test, each one provides her with insight into how secure and self-assured you really are. Most men fail because they react from a place of insecurity, seeking approval and validation instead of standing firm in their own confidence. But you're different. By understanding these tests and mastering them with poise and self-assurance, you'll set yourself apart from the 99% of men who crumble under pressure. The Stoics taught us that true strength comes from within, from knowing who you are and refusing to be swayed by external forces. Women are instinctively drawn to this kind of unshakable confidence because it signals that you are a man who can lead, protect, and provide emotional security. So, if you want to be part of the 1% of men who recognize and overcome these tests, start by embracing your inner strength. Remain composed when she challenges you, be decisive when she asks you to lead, and don't let your emotions control you when she seeks validation. Each of these tests is an opportunity for you to prove your worth, not to her, but to yourself. Now that you're equipped with the knowledge to pass these tests with flying colors, it's time to put it into action. Watch how the dynamic between you and women shifts as you navigate these subtle challenges with confidence and ease. Remember, women want a man who can stand tall in the face of adversity, someone who doesn't need to seek approval, but instead radiates strength from within. Make sure to watch this video till the end, and if you found value in these insights, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share your story. Have you ever been tested in one of these sneaky ways? How did you handle it? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you.